we are going to actually be getting into the game today. Yes. So we're going to be doing Apocalypse. We'll start with easy because this is hard. And begin adventure. Okay, so we need to grab our people. Okay, so let's start with little Timmy and food. Okay. Come on, you can do it. Grab Timmy, water, food. Done. Okay. Ah. Go. We don't have a lot of time. Grab your kid. Okay. Chuck it in. Okay, cool. Mommy's near. Grab. Okay. In there. Okay, cool. Let's see. Gonna need this. No. Map. Water, whatever that is. Oh, bug spray. No, I'm not gonna make it! I didn't grab anything important. I forgot the radio. Oops. Okay. Oh, we got Boy Scouts. Okay. All of us made it into the shelter just a second before the blast. That was a close one. As long as we're all together, we can make it work down here. We remember hearing canned soup is healthy for you. We vaguely remember stashing some things in the shelter because there was no room for it upstairs. Turns out being messy can really work in your favor. Good thing we grabbed that suitcase. What we found inside will definitely prove useful. Our shelves are full of cans. We'll eat from cans, we'll sleep on cans, we'll even talk to cans. Some of us already do. Plenty of water means we don't have to worry about it all the time. Okay. We're a regular family, so we have the occasional argument or two, but it was never as intense as the fight we just got into. No one wants to speak to each other. Let's just hope this won't last too long. Okay. At least they've got cards. Enough arguing. There are more important things to worry about. It's always better when things are calm. Luckily, nothing new happened to Mary Jane today. Despite the dire circumstances and all the trouble we're going through, Timmy is very brave. If there was anything to report about Dolores, this is where it would have been written. Ted is not complaining today, at least not very much. We ate and drank yesterday. The contamination of our town is still strong. Scavenging in these conditions could result in radiation sickness. So we didn't grab a gas mask because I didn't see it. Okay, so we'll send... Yeah. We had the most curious visitor today. One of them was making the sound of a galloping horse, using a pair of rocks and hitting them against each other, while his companion was pretending to ride said horse. They claimed to be a very important guest to seek some magical cup. Only they lost their way in the wasteland. They asked permission to have a quick look at our map to determine their whereabouts. Okay. They're gonna steal our map. Oh no, they didn't steal our map. Okay. They seemed friendly enough, so we let them have a look at our map. They thanked us and offered us some supplies in exchange. We graciously accepted and wished them good luck on their quest. We got water. Okay, there isn't anything new. That is fine. Let's give everyone some food. Okay, let's send Dolores out and send her with the suitcase, the map, is that? We should get Mary Jane something to drink. Okay, they all want something to drink. That trash can of ours is getting disgusting. The good news is we don't have much of an appetite when we see it, so we're saving some food. Yet for some reason we would like to tidy this mess up. Those giant green cockroaches are a pretty good motivator. Bug spray. I was closed. A nest of those glowing bugs might have been more than enough to drive us out into the wasteland. Roaches are the worst, but radioactive roaches? Yikes! We lost our poison. There's nothing much to report on our people. And that's a very happy picture that was drawn. Okay, they ate and drank, so it's fine. We don't have any weapon. It's really weird when you get that feeling that something is watching you. Our shelter is tiny, but this has been bugging us for a while now. We checked all the closets and no one's hiding there. Is there something alive down here besides us? Maybe a rodent of some kind? If so, we need to show it that we are the dominant species in this little paradise of ours. We don't have any sort of weapon, so... Oops. As we were running around looking for something to smash that furry rodent with, it just disappeared. So did one of our food cans. The question is, how did that devil fit it through one of those little holes? That's disturbing. How about that lake we've been going to for the past few years? It would be so good to find ourselves there, far away from all this madness, swim a little, maybe take a boat ride, even if the whole place turned into Atomville. I want cake, me too. Day 7. Do we have to take care of ourselves, or will someone come to our rescue? There's nothing new to report on our people, and they ate and drank yesterday, so it's fine. We woke up to a dripping sound today, and noticed there's something leaking from the pipes. That green liquid looked innocent enough, even after it ate through the table, and the chair, and the floor. Patching up that pipe is probably a good idea. Ha! Problem solved. No leak, no mess. Back to our tidy little shelter. They're all doing fine. Food and water still fine. If there's anyone who can rescue us from this hellish situation, it's our government. You can badmouth them all you want, but that probably means you're either a naysayer or a commie. We're good citizens. We've been paying our taxes regularly. So we're sure Uncle Sam is coming to get us. Well, except that one time when we... Well, never mind. The government people are coming, and we should keep our ears and eyes open for any sign of them. We don't have a radio. If there's one thing we need to do, it's to use a radio on a regular basis to catch any emergency broadcast that might be transmitted in our area. It's either that, or it's strolling around outside waiting to get picked up. The first option sounds a bit more sane. Yes, I know you're all hungry and thirsty. I'm gonna give you food and water. As we were considering alternatives to the canned soup diet, a sudden knock at the door broke our line of thought. It turned out we were visited by a band of survivors who were in pretty bad shape. All they wanted was to get something to drink, a bite to eat, or at least a clean bandage and medicine to attend to their wounded. I'll give them... okay. Hope for the best. Hope for the best. Mary Jane, please tell me you came back with some food. Our visitors had problems finding enough words to express their gratitude. Many tears were shed, smiles and hugs exchanged, and they wished us all the best. It's a great feeling to be to be helping someone out. They left soon after to seek shelter in the ruins of our town. We hope they make it out there. She returned from the wasteland. Despite his rather calm demeanor, Timmy got into a few fights before the apocalypse. His last victory was beating a kid named Ethan with a stick. Ethan's parents were furious and invited us over to discuss Timmy's behavior, but before we could schedule a meeting, the world went to hell. During our trip we found their house and knocked at the door, but nobody answered. We decided to go in and investigate. Behind the remains of their kitchen counter, we found some bottled water. It's not our favorite band, but it will have to do. Our friends had a big, nicely furnished bedroom with an antique wooden closet. They must have been big fans of costume parties. In the closet contained a ton of different outfits and props. Such colorful and fun people. Between the countless pieces of clothing we found a fully functional gas mask. Sorry Dolores, I don't have... do we have? No, we don't have a medkit. Yes, we need food, so someone needs to go out there. During the night we heard some suspicious sounds coming from behind our door. When we peeked out in the morning, we saw a leather suitcase. It has no address or name on it, but we're pretty sure it's meant for us. Should we open it? No. We have no idea who left this, and nowadays you can't trust anybody. We're not risking our lives for some supplies. They could be poisoned. We threw the gift away and quickly forgot about it. It's always better when things are calm. Luckily nothing new to report on Mary Jane. Dolores is still hungry. We'll give her food and water. And we'll give everyone some water. Some of us are keener to go outside than others. Either way, it's time to choose the most able and responsible person for the quest and gather more supplies. We'll send him with a suitcase and a gas mask. There isn't anything new, no good news. Dolores has not eaten. Dolores, you like food too much. We thought it'd be a great idea to have some role-playing fun. Sorry. And create our own shelter theatre group. We called it the Thunderdome. We spent the rest of the day trying to write a script for our performance. We almost got into a fight over it and decided that maybe it would be best to play something simpler. We decided to act out scenes from our favorite movie to amuse ourselves, at least for a moment. For some reason, every time we picked a new scene, we ended up with one from the Humphrey Bogart film. Dolores would really love to eat something. Dolores, you're making me very, very, very upset because you eat everything. Wouldn't it be fantastic if we could just get out and leave? Walk the surface like we used to. Smell the fumes and pollution. Ah, that's the scent of freedom we miss. Hopefully the time to leave will come soon. We should get Mary Jane something to drink. Okay, we'll give everyone some water. And then the kids some food. We never thought we'd live to see a dancing cockroach. We still haven't, but we saw one that was nearly as big as a cat. The good news is they've probably scared off any rats in the area. Bad news is they are huge and will probably attack us when they get the chance. Use the book to squish them. Yay! Tommy got food. He did not. Oh, okay. We dodged a bullet this time. That is, if a bullet was huge, hairy, had 8 legs and a glowing head. Hopefully we won't have to deal with them again. Ted has safely returned. We were about to give up and come back empty-handed to the shelter when we ran into a church. It looked peaceful enough, save for an unexploded atomic bomb stuck in the church tower. A sizable group of people were busy praying to the bomb, chanting something about the Holy Vision. That sounded really crazy, but those people seemed friendly enough. Those nice people gave us some canned soup. They say they don't like the taste of it. Now we're certain that they're nut jobs. Cultists decided they won't be needing any holy water. We did a bit of miracle work and turned empty wine bottles into quite a few full bottles. Our gas mask was damaged. It's always better when things are calm. Luckily nothing new happened. Let Ted can get some food and water. Yes, we need another expedition. It's been a while. We don't know much about what's happening on the surface. If we only had a chance to tune into some emergency radio. We don't have a radio. I am sorry. I did not grab the radio. They say ignorance is bliss. Another day without any clue what's going on might not necessarily kill us. It's impressive how well Mary Jane, like a good scout, Dolores has rested. Did they say anything about Ted? Nothing about Ted. I think he's fine. Dolores, let's send her out with the backpack and hope for the best. Yeah, this isn't going very well. Timmy doesn't eat much, but should drink. They all should drink something. He's gonna... Okay. Timmy is not doing great. It would be good to talk to him and cheer him up. Okay. Even a word or two may be enough to brighten someone's mood. Timmy seems to be better now. Timmy is good, well at least he was 5 minutes ago. Everything seems okay with Dolores, and Ted is fine. We have to save our food. We can barely breathe in this damn shelter. For the last couple of hours, the situation has been getting noticeably worse. There might be something wrong with the ventilation system. Maybe it's stuck. If that's the case, we need to look into fixing it right away. Boy Scouts. That book seems to be very helpful. Oh dear. Using the handbook to research vent maintenance seemed like a fair idea. We figured if it's full of pointers on how to fix things, it must have a chapter on nuclear shelter air filtration systems. Before we could even check, we were invaded by a group of angry mutant insects which flew out of that cursed vents. Their stings hurt like hell and seemed to give us a fever. Okay, everybody can get some water. We never thought we'd live to see a dance use the book. Our adults are not gonna make it. Please tell me you found a medkit. You did not. I was closed. A nest of those glowing bugs might have been more than enough to drive us. Yep, nothing made us happier. One of the buildings to withstand a blast turned out to be our local bus station. If any passengers survived, they have long since abandoned the buses, leaving behind hordes of personal belongings, backpacks, bags, sacks, and one guy even left a cupboard. It was difficult to resist looking into it. Guess what? There was another smaller cupboard inside. Ransacking through backpacks turned out to be quite profitable. A lot of people had a weird fixation on carrying soup cans with them. Luckily for us, they always picked our favorite flavor, tomato. Our local athletic team was preparing to depart for a championship taking place somewhere in the boondocks. Their bus was full of refreshing water and spare shoes. Unfortunately, none of them were a match for us, so we just took all the water bottles. Nothing new to report from Timmy. I know. I don't have anything. Yes, Timmy needs to go out now. The problem is simple. If we don't wash ourselves, we'll get sick. Seriously sick. It smells really bad down here and doesn't seem like it'll get any better over the next couple of days. How about we do something to fix it? Unfortunately, we don't have any of that stuff. Mary Jane, yep. Timmy, take the Boy Scouts. Flashlight. Suitcase. Yeah, you're not taking anything, because the way you look, you might not be coming back. This is going really bad. Mary Jane is quite hungry. Timmy went out to the wasteland. We don't know what we'll do if he doesn't come back. We just can't sit around. As long as we have food and water, we can stay locked in, but we'll have to leave eventually. It would be good to head straight to safety instead of getting ourselves into more trouble. If that's even possible in this situation. Our hope is that our brave soldiers will come to rescue us and take us to some well-hidden, well-stocked government shelter. Timmy had comics about those, so you know they must exist. All we need to do is make contact with the military. We don't have a radio. If there's one thing we need to do, it's to use a radio. Yes. Hopefully Timmy brings back food. How about a trip to Nevada? We've been postponing for a while now. Maybe we should go there. That's our first stop after we get out of here. Yeah, if you get out of here. I shouldn't have given her food. I'm sorry, Dolores. Dolores' sickness progressed quickly. Coughing, fever, chest pain. She didn't recover. Let's just leave all those questions be for now. Have water. We never thought we'd live. Yes, we've been through this. Please be back. We dodged a bullet this time. You maniacs, you blew it up. Ah, damn you. Damn you all to hell. That's something we should have told our neighbors when they blew up the barbecue last spring. Those were good times, even if they wasted a perfectly good barbecue. What we make of today will be out tomorrow. Please let Timmy come back. 1 minute it was all fine and the next we were at each other's throats. How did this happen? This is insane. We need to get a grip on ourselves if we are going to survive this. Let's just sleep on it. Why isn't Timmy back? We need food. Enough arguing. There are more important things to worry about. Can we spare some water? Yes, I'm going to give you both water. We just don't have food. We've discussed everything we could. No one is willing to chat anymore. The silence is really disturbing. We should do something before we start talking to ourselves instead. Yes, he's back. Okay, thank goodness. No medkit. You brought an axe. Great. There's nothing here. Maybe if we try really hard, we can hear the neighbors in their shelter. We were so afraid for Timmy, but he came back from the wasteland and is safe with us now. He didn't bring back a medkit, so that's lovely. As the educated and cultured people we are, we obviously visited the local theatre in the past. We're also proud to admit that we only fell asleep once, during one of the 2 plays we've ever seen. Either way, we had no problems finding the building and we decided to check it for supplies, more water. This must have been one boring play if the only props being used were bottles. The scene was practically filled with them. Thankfully, some had water in them. We half expected the theatre cafeteria to be a sorry state. We got and an axe. We found a glass case. Yes, Timmy, you get food and you all get food and water. We had thought phone calls were a thing of the past. Nobody of ours can go outside. They're all sick and dying and this level is just going horribly. I wonder who's going to die next. It's just way too dangerous to just randomly run to a ringing phone in the middle of the radioactive ghost town. We're not taking any chances. Well, we couldn't even if we wanted to, but okay. It took a while before the ringing stopped. It was pretty annoying for all of us. Let's try again. We don't have a radio, so we can't do that. If there's one thing we need to do, it's to use... Yes, I know. He always wants to eat something. Now we can't send anybody outside. Can we spray some water? Everybody gets water. Ha! Yes! Ted can go outside. No! Ted can't go outside. Maybe tomorrow one of them will be better. There's an armed and dangerous woman outside. Fortunately, she's out of ammo. She tells us she hunts the wild. I don't have bullets either. I'm sorry, lady. This woman says she hunts mostly for food. Clearly, she's an uncivilized savage. Delicious soup is what decent people eat these days. We're not amused and didn't give her anything. We don't have any... I'm sorry. Water for everyone. I don't want to send him out alone, because he's our only adult. They all died. Oh, he died. So I could have sent him out. Maybe we'd have survived one more day. Ted has been sick for far too long, and he was too weak to keep on going. He passed away in his sleep. Surviving the apocalypse is no easy task. We can tell you that much. We survived for 33 days, which isn't bad. The kids are gonna go nuts. You perished. My bad. I tried my best. Oh. Alrighty guys, that was that episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I certainly did not, because I just failed miserably, but it's okay, we'll try again. I like this game. It's such a weird, funky little thing. Anyway, leave a thumbs up if you liked the video, and comment what your favorite disastrous part was. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!